Welcome back, YouTube fans. Veggie's Daily Fantasy Corner back at you again this week with the AFC and NFC championship games, the fantasy picks for the AFC and NFC championship games. Just a recap from last week. A couple picks who were busts, couple picks who were not busts. I had AJ Brown and I had Travis Kelce, both of my lineups, who did end up going off. However, that was offsetted by Derrick Henry, who only had 12 points, and Keyshawn Vaughn. Keyshawn Vaughn got 0 snaps. 0 snaps for Tampa Bay. It was all Leonard Fournette. They took him off IR the day of, and that really set my lineup up for failure. So I did not win. I did not obtain any earnings, and our lineup did about middle of the pack. However, with those two guys getting 0 points, that did not help very much at all. But with further ado, we're going to get into the championship picks. So here we go. If you guys aren't liked and subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like this video and make sure you follow along, guys, because we only have 2 more videos left this season of football. Drop a comment down below if you want to see what me and Hero Spell Studios want to do after the football season concludes. We're open to all options. Drop a comment down below and we'll make sure to put that into consideration. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into these picks. Boom. Quarterback, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow put up 38.7 fantasy points last time against the Chiefs. That was only week 17. Week 17, remember, wasn't that long ago. I had one of my viewers tell me before I recorded this video, they were like, oh, why would you pick Joe Burrow? I said, because he put up 38 points last time they played the Chiefs. 446 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. That's a lot of fantasy points. However, he made the argument that it was a home game for Cincinnati, and that since this game is going to be played in KC, that is going to be a different outcome. I am deferring that. I think this game is going to have a lot of points, and I think Joe Burrow is going to have to throw that thing to Jamar Chase, who's also in my lineup. We'll get into that later. He's going to have to throw that thing to his playmakers to be able to put up points against the Kansas City Chiefs, who only need 13 seconds to, win a football game. That's the first time you'll ever hear 13 seconds is a fast time to finish anything, and Kansas City got it done. So, how are the Cincinnati Bengals going to counter that? Joe Burrow's going to throw for another time. He's going to throw for about 450 yards. That's my prediction. Joe Burrow's going to throw for a lot. That's my quarterback this week. I didn't take a breath that whole time. I'm going to breathe now and move on to my running back positions. Joe Mixon and Cam Acres. I'll start with Cam Acres because that's an interesting pick because he fumbled twice in crucial situations last game in the divisional game versus Tampa Bay and basically almost threw the game for him. A lot of people are on the side where Sony Michel is going to get a lot of the totes this week. However, I think Cam Akers is going to be the guy running it, but I think Sean McVay is going to put the trust into Cam and say, I know you messed up twice. I think Cam is going to be holding on to that football all week in practice. When he goes to sleep at night, I think when he eats breakfast in the morning, he's going to hold on to that football. When he showers, he's going to be holding a football. This whole week of practice, he's going to be holding a football, and Sean McVay is going to say, I trust you the most out of this running back room, and you're going to be getting the ball, and welcome to the NFC Championship, baby. It's showtime. That's why I'm picking Cam Akers, valued at 5,000 DK bucks. He's projected 7.5 points. However, if he gets 24 carries again, 24 carries he had last week in the divisional game, he's going to put up more than 7.5 points. He's going to get double-digit points for sure if he totes the ball for 24 times. Next up is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is the highest, he's the most expensive running back on the slate so far. We have guys like Elijah Mitchell, guys like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as well as Jerick McKinnon, Sony Michel. I just don't think they're going to get as many points, man, because here's the deal. Kansas City and Cincinnati is going to be a very high-scoring game. Both teams are very capable of putting up a lot of points, and the Chiefs are going to put up a lot of points. If you watch that divisional game against Buffalo, Kansas City can basically do whatever they want against whatever defense they want, with no matter how many seconds are left on the clock. Those guys are schemed offensively for success, and that's why I have 2 Chiefs in my lineup. And I'm not going with any offensive San Francisco players. I'm only going with the San Francisco defense, but we'll also get into that later. So I'm not going any 49ers offensive players. I'm going with mainly Bengals and Chiefs guys. I believe that one is going to be the most high-scoring game of this Sunday slate here for the championship week. So the two running backs, therefore, are going to be Joe Mixon and Cam Acres. I like Joe Mixon. He's been getting a lot of touchdowns. I think he has like the second most touchdowns amongst running backs in the whole league this year, which is exactly what they want. They're going to rely on him heavily in this championship game. That's it for the running backs. Let's get on to the wide receiver positions. Wide receiver 1 is going to be Tyreek Hill. Like I said, Kansas City and Cincinnati is going to be two very high-scoring games. So how do they get points? They throw to their playmakers. I realize that in the playoffs, the big-time players make big-time plays and big-time opportunities. And Tyreek Hill is really a cheat code, man. He's so fast. He throws up that little peace sign when he runs by the receivers, and bingo, he's already got 15 points. You know, when he throws up that peace sign, I think he's going to throw it up at least once this game. So we're going to put Tyreek Hill in there at wide receiver 1. Number 2 is going to be Jamar Chase. Another reason why the big-time players make big-time plays, man. Jamar Chase has been doing it all year. He's been doing that gritty. Let's see how many points Jamar Chase had last week. I believe Jamar Chase last week had 19.1 points. So if you want to round up, you can say he got 20 points. Not bad. He's going to have to double down on that this week if Cincinnati's going to have any chance of beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow's going to have to throw that thing around because field goals are not going to get it done against Chiefs. You got to either run that ball in with Joe Mixon or you got to throw that thing to Jamar Chase. So we're going with Jamar Chase. We're paying that $7,000. Sorry, actually $6,700 for Jamar Chase this week for wide receiver 2. Wide receiver 3, I was a little stingy on. I liked Van Jefferson at $3,400. However, one of my inside sources told me, he said, man, Van Jefferson is living inside OBJ's shadow. And I said, I looked at the stats, and the last 4 weeks, it's been true. OBJ has steadily put up 13 points, 17 points, 16 points, while Van Jefferson maybe has 1 catch for 4 yards. And that's not going to get it done in fantasy football, and especially not in DraftKings multi-million-dollar lineups. There's a lot of people who enter these lineups, and you got to have the exact right players at the right time, or else you're not going to win. So that's why we're going to go with OBJ here. We're hoping for about 17 points from OBJ to set us up for success, maybe more. But I firmly believe the Rams 49ers game is not going to be very high scoring. It's going to be set on defense. You know, Cam Acres is going to run that ball hard, I believe, against the 49ers. Elijah Mitchell, I don't think is. Elijah Mitchell, last time the Rams played the 49ers, he only got 6.5 points. Not going to get it done. So that's why we have mainly Chiefs and the Bengals in this lineup, because the Rams have a stellar defense as well as the 49ers. The 49ers run defense is not quite as good this year as it's been recently. However, you know that secondary, man, they're going to get it done. So that's why we are going with OBJ as our only skill player besides Cam Akers in this slate of games in our wide receiver slot. So that's it for our 3 wide receivers: Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, and OBJ, valued at $5,100. So pretty cheap for Odell Beckham Jr. as a very valid wide receiver 1, if not wide receiver 2, on this slate of players. Tight end is going to be Travis Kelce, man, the most expensive guy on the list, $6,500 DK bucks. I don't want to elaborate too much on Travis Kelce. He got 28 points last week. And like I said before, Chiefs are going to have to score points. Who are they going to throw to? The big man, T. Kelce. He's locked as our tight end this week. My flex spot, another tight end. Last week I went 2 tight ends. I'm going with it again this week. With the defense special teams, I ended up picking the San Francisco 49ers at $2,800 to be able to make room for my flex spot, CJ Uzomah, the Bengals tight end. So we're going to the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, CJ Uzomah stack, as well as Joe Mixon. But the only reason I picked Joe Mixon is because I think he's easily the best running back on the slate, and we can afford him in this week's lineup. CJ Uzomah has been pretty consistent the last 3 weeks. He's put up 8, 17, and 15. We're looking for about 13 if I try to predict, you know, how much each player is going to go off. To be where we want to be with this lineup, we only need Uzomah to get about 13 points. If he gets upwards of 17 points, that's going to be nothing but greatness for us, man. So we really want Uzomah to get at least 13, but we're hoping for more. Like I said, my defense special teams, going to be... No, this is not a 49ers jersey. It's a San Francisco Giants jersey. You're going to see a lot of these in the stands come Sunday because they call SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, they call that 49ers South. They call that their South Campus because a lot of San Francisco fans like to travel not very far to Inglewood, California, and go down to cheer on their guys, hopefully get their team win to go to the Super Bowl. I've heard rumors that the Rams fans are selling their tickets, and who's going to buy those tickets? More than likely 49ers fans. I think it's going to be about half and half. The 49er fans might even have the edge here. So it's going to be loud, and Matthew Stafford might have to use that, not the hard count, but he's in, the silent count in this game. I think it's going to be a lot of 49er fans in the stands, and I think that's going to disrupt Matthew Stafford a little bit to maybe throw a pick and maybe do things he's not adamant to do. And that's why I'm going with the 49ers defense. Special teams this week valued at 7.7 projected points, 2,800 in DK bucks. That does it for the AFC NFC championship game, guys. We've came down to the last technically the last 3 weeks this season. Still got the Pro Bowl. I mean, we're not going to do a video for the Pro Bowl, but then we got the Super Bowl left. So we have 2 more weeks left, football this week and the Super Bowl. It's been a good season, guys. We've had a lot of fun. Me and Hero Spell Studios have had nothing but fun reading the comments, making these videos, and trying to get those lineups right. We try to get better and better each week to set our fans up for success. So thank you so much. Appreciate all the love. Make sure you drop a comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you next week in the Super Bowl. We're out. Thank you.